Would you rather have a piece of cheese on your ass for an entire year? It doesn't smell. It doesn't get moldy.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a piece of cheese on your ass. Like, you can feel it. You can shower all you want, but that piece of cheese is still on your ass. Or Cheeto fingers, but it's only on, like, the not dominant hand that you have. But, like...
Cheeto fingers, and it's, like, infinite Cheeto fingers?
Yeah, but no. But it's Cheeto fingers for, like... It's Cheeto fingers for 5 years or 1 year of ass cheese. And no one can see the ass cheese. You know, you can throw a pair of pants on.
All right. Let's get logistic about this, though. Is this shit, like... infinite, like I can't even wash it off? You know what I mean? Like
infinite Cheeto fingers.
And is it gonna be like magic? Is it gonna be like I take like a fucking lick and my mouth is
it's
like
gonna
full
be
of
like
Cheeto dust?
It's gonna be like Batman. It's gonna be like Batman. You like the second you look away, it's gonna reappear.
Oh, so it doesn't like regrow slowly?
No. It like.
Damn, I think I'd take the Cheeto.
It's gonna be like me,
because then I could just keep them in my.
What would you do? Just wear a glove all the time? Like, no, my baby was born. Let me sign the birth certificate.
No, because you said if I just don't look away, all I got to do is slurp my goddamn fingers and keep them in my hand.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna go around like this. You know what I'm saying? Just basically like, hey, what's up? Like, don't ask. Like, it's like an OCD thing. And Cheeto dust will appear. All right, you know what I mean? Like fucking, like, you know when people just wash their hands like over and over again because they're like, the devil's gonna fucking pop out of my fucking fingernails. Like,
oh my God,
my cuticles return to darkness.
Yeah,
but yeah, would you? That made me think. Have you ever seen like someone get their car cheesed?
Cheesed?
Yeah. So like this guy, it happened to this guy. He got his car. He was like, got my car cheesed by my ex, and it's like slices of fucking American like melty cheese. You know what I mean? On his windows, like, oh, they're like. On the back, it's like, fuck you, and cheese.
Oh, dude.
And then it's on the windshield, too.
Yeah, that's pretty creative, though.
It's creative, and, like, it doesn't fuck up the car forever. You know what I mean? But it's, like, I can't even, like, if you got, especially, like, imagine in Florida, like, fucking the sun starts beating down on the cheese, and then fucking... It's over. It's fucking over. Like, if you're dumb enough to use your fucking window wipers, like, that shit's done.
I've seen people get like sticky noted, like their cars. You know,
I feel like that's a good fucking senior prank because like then you can. It's all instantly fixable. The cheese, you have to like actually wash your fucking car.
Yeah, that's like
that's a bitch.
Yeah, you need to call Suarez Brothers Services after that. I don't know. I would.
Literally,
they have really affordable rates from what I've heard.
Yo, that's his first plug. This is his first plug on the pod.
Yeah, man.
He had to wait till we had 50 subs.
Yeah, we hit 50, by the way. We fucking appreciate the shit out of you guys.
Yo, it's actually really fucking anomalous. Like, that we have 50 subs. Like, I'm like, wow.
We were talking behind the scenes.
Who is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were talking behind the scenes for a bit, and we were saying the viewership was getting kind of low, and we were kind of worried about it. And then it was like, why are we worrying about it? Like, we just love doing this. We just enjoy.
Yeah, like it literally
doesn't
matter. We got lost in the fucking sauce for a bit, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, viewership has come back for the most part. I mean, you guys are supporting, and it's cool as fuck. Even if like 20 of you, 30 of you are watching and don't say anything, like that's cool too. Fucking just
thank you.
Yeah, like, that's awesome.
W sauce for even clicking, bro. Fucking Nadine said, like, the one thing I fucking hate to keep bringing her up every goddamn podcast.
No, I don't.
I don't know if that fucking bothers her, but one thing she brings up is that this podcast is almost like sitting on a FaceTime for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I definitely relate. I relate to watching content like that. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, it's my fucking friend. You know, we're just chilling and.
I'll get wrapped up into TikToks like that. Like I'll be like, damn, I'll get really wrapped up and I'm like, damn, I feel like my friend's telling me some like really juicy story.
Dude, for me, it's not necessarily specific TikToks, but it's like people on TikTok where it's like, oh shit, it's not like I know you, but it's like they post so much of their life, or like their life is so relatable to you, like, you know, they're just like another student or something like that, where it's like, oh yeah, like it's almost like I know them.
Yeah, man, I was following this TikToker for a while. I still follow him, Keith Lee. I follow him on Instagram now and everything, but all he does is food reviews, and like, I absolutely hate the sound of people chewing. That is the only man I can listen to chew. Like, I swear to God, it's like I'm sitting there on a FaceTime with my bro, and he's like, "Yo, I'm over here in Vegas, bro."
Is it the food challenge guy?
No, he doesn't do food challenges. He's helped a lot of small businesses who don't get support, and so he'll go in and like do a super blind taste test, and like it's harder for him now because he has such a platform. But he's a great food reviewer, and then he was like also an MMA fighter, and yeah, man, super cool guy. He deserves everything, all the success in the world.
You were talking about small businesses and it made me think of that guy who's running for president, Robert F. Kennedy.
Oh yes, yep, that's
that
him.
guy, and he was talking about helping people out with like housing, like affordable housing.
Yeah.
What can you like discuss that further, or do you not?
I don't know much about his proposals for affordable housing, but I know that Section 8, as it stands today, is like more of a cop-out for rich people to get these tax breaks because they own a Section 8 house, and they're cutting costs.
So is Section 8 householding like owned households that's like rented out for cheaper?
Yeah, so like the when you have a Section 8 house, it just has to meet like the certain requirements to be Section 8 housing. So it's not in a certain section. It's like no. It could be
Section 8 like refer to a fucking like law, like law B36 Section 8 fucking
Section 8 is more of like God, I don't know if it's a law or it's a like a code or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. Section 8 housing, that's all I know. But yeah, homeowners will like, and not specifically like a neighborhood like this, but like lower income neighborhoods, they'll like allow you to put like an additional home under Section 8 housing and then rent it out to people, and then you get the money back in taxes instead of like, you know, making your profit back on the mortgage that you're paying.
I feel like that is,
from what I understand, I'm not like a 100%. So,
well, no, what I was about to say was, I feel like taxes are starting to become like an ever-evolving subject in my life these days, just because of like, it seems, or this is just one viewpoint that I fucking am about to regurgitate to you, but it's like, it seems that the only thing the government doesn't fuck with is like things they cannot tax, like things that they cannot generate revenue on, you know what I mean?
But what is that? I mean, like everything I feel like is taxed.
Black market drugs and fucking, God damn it. I had another one. It was like, I think it's also immigration in a
black market. So like, wait, say that one more time. So you think?
I think when I said black market drugs, it also relates to like legal marijuana. That's what I tried to like, you know what I mean? So instead of like allowing, what's it called? Like in Florida, right, where it's you have to do like seed to dispensary.
Yeah.
You know
Top to bottom. Yeah.
Top to bottom type shit. Mm-hmm. It's very like not inclusive, you know what I mean, to small growers or
yeah,
it's like family farms, you know what I mean? So like, I guess that is one aspect of what I'm trying to say, where it's like Yeah, like you won't get as big of a tax break. I guess it's not necessarily even like what they can't tax. It's like what they won't be able to get out of the taxes, whether it's like they're maximizing their funds from these $1 million corporations. Or
I've always thought it's crazy. Like they'll advertise a $1.2 billion Mega Millions, and then you end up with 480.
So like I remember what I was talking about with the black market drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't it interesting that you can sell and buy weed seeds on the internet, but you cannot grow them? Like, because they can, like, fucking tax you on the fucking shit, you know what I mean? And then, like, the moment you start growing it for yourself and you cannot be, like, taxed on this thing that you're going to use for the rest of your life, you know what I mean? That's when it's fucked.
You want to know something crazy about agriculture?
What?
So... every time a harvest happens, right? And like normally what happens in like nature, right, is you get some of the harvest, you pull out the seeds, and what do? You go back and plant that for next year, right?
Right.
No. You don't do that.
What do you mean?
They are licensed. The seeds are licensed. So you can use them one time and then harvest, and then you cannot reclaim any of the seeds. You have to buy more seeds.
See, like, that's fucking insane.
Because they own the license.
That's fucking insane.
And that's, I mean, I'm not saying that's in every case, but for the most part, like a lot of the major,
like in most cases, like that's probably the case where
like that's where they make a lot of their money in like the major big farms, like just the mega farms that are on hundreds of acres.
Farms that are probably like profitable. You know what I mean? I'm sure it wouldn't surprise me if we put resources into regulating family farms that, like, you know, those like eggs in Walmart or the supermarket where it's like locally sourced from a fucking local farm, not like a local farm, but like a smaller farm, and then it was like crowdsourced. You know what I mean? It's not like their farm.
Yeah.
It was like bought from farmers and shit.
Yep.
So, yeah, I feel like it wouldn't surprise me if they had people going in to regulate those small farms. You know what I mean? Like fucking being like, oh, are you replanting the seeds? Are you...
But I mean, but at the same time, what I will say is that agriculture gets a lot of tax breaks. Like
what?
Some of the biggest tax breaks. So like a lot of the...
Well, don't they also buy some of like the most expensive equipment ever?
Yeah, but all of that's written off.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Isn't that what a tax break is?
No. So...
Oh, man, I'm uneducated.
So, on this house, right, you pay... I'm gonna wager maybe like 8% property tax. It depends on your county.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say 8% of the property tax. And
right.
If the house is worth $500,000, what is that every year that you're giving out, right?
Yeah.
If you have agriculture, like a portion of your land is agriculture, and you have a residence on it,
mm-hmm.
if you have more than like 5 acres of agriculture, no tax, no property tax. No property tax or little to no property tax.
At all?
Yeah. Because it's agricultural.
On the rest of the property too?
Mm-hmm.
Just because 5 acres of it are agricultural? Damn, that's crazy.
That's what I'm like. But they still may get you for the house, but it's still way lower than... Because if you could have like 100 acres of land and have like a very reduced tax rate, then you got 100 acres of land. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it.
I just like put a barn there and then live underground.
Yeah,
like,
I had a side job, and it was making sure that people who registered with the state and said they were agricultural had some kind of like, we had to take pictures of either equipment or like rows of like a harvest, you know,
mm-hmm.
and we were basically like paid snitches for like $25 an hour, so it was good money. But But yeah, that's like a big thing, man. They definitely want to make sure that these people are actually using, like Oprah has a ranch in Hawaii.
No fucking way.
Yeah. She has a ranch.
But honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Oprah was doing that to give people jobs. No? That's not it?
Yo, listen, I love Oprah, but she's also kind of a supervillain.
No way. I thought Oprah's like a god.
Yeah, you get a car. Look under your seats.
Yeah,
you get a fucking airplane.
Like she spawned shit out of thin air.
Yeah, bro.
She's like Midas.
Listen to this shit. So she's like, we have put out a GoFundMe. The Rock has put in 500,000. I have put in 500,000, and we she was like, we're asking for more donations from the people to help the people of Maui and Lahaina, where where the wildfires,
like recent.
Yeah, where the wildfires happened, right? Brother, that 500,000 is a written off charitable donation. She will get that money back in taxes.
Well, I mean, what do you mean she'll get it back in taxes? Like,
okay, it's written off. It's written
right,
off.
Right.
So like 500,000 is like gone from her income. So that's money that she did not make on her regular income. That's not being taxed anymore.
And then like was the amount she was gonna pay like 500,000 or
she put in 500,000 to this charitable fund.
Mm-hmm.
And so what can you do with that? Go back and say it was a charitable donation.
Right.
And then it's another write-off for yourself.
But aren't tax write-offs like you're discounting the amount of tax you would have to pay, right?
Yes.
Right. So wouldn't at like the best case scenario she just neutralizes her taxes to zero?
I mean,
she couldn't discount it so hard that it goes like into the positives, right? Where
but the thing is, she's like, I put in 500,000 to this, but she doesn't give it directly to the families. They have like, where are all of the missing persons? That's not Oprah though. That's wait. Hold up,
all right.
Hold up.
Is it her? Actually, wait. Is it her foundation? Like, did she like make a foundation for Lahaina in Hawaii? And she's like, donate to me.
I don't know if it was her that ran the foundation. There's a video. I'll have to. God, I really need to send the link to you so you can link it in the description because it explains it much better than I could. But she owns like a plot of land almost the size of Lahaina. In Hawaii.
No way. How is that possible?
Yeah. And so, because she has a ranch, it's agricultural.
Isn't Lahaina,
it's like,
is Lahaina like a town or an island?
She bought it in the late 90s for like, I think like 40 million. And now it's worth like,
well, like 40 billion?
500
million?
Yeah.
Oh my.
I believe. I think it's 400.
God,
it's like 450 million smackaroonies or something.
I mean, when did you say she bought it?
Like 1990s. Yeah.
Damn.
Late 90s.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it adds up because Hawaii's prices are going crazy because of the gentrification, but.
And like, the housing crises, like the multiple of them that we've been through.
Dude, but that's the thing is Hawaii has kind of been like a microcosm showing us what was gonna happen to the United States. And it's not even it's a market
like all the
driven
gentrification.
Yeah. I mean, it's a market driven after the COVID migration.
Yeah.
You know how many people moved to Florida for the loosened restrictions and they just haven't gone back. And then
on COVID?
From COVID, yeah.
Like the restrictions on COVID, like that's why people moved here.
That drove a lot of people here. You want to know where the third most migrated city in America is?
Miami.
Port St. Lucie.
No
Port St. Lucie.
Fucking way, bro.
Yep.
No fucking way.
That is where people are going the most. People from New York, people from New Jersey,
you said
people
in
from
America.
Massachusetts.
That's like a quotable statistic.
Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
Somebody out there, fact check that shit right now.
You can fact check me on that one.
Fact check that shit right now.
It was
Please
Port
put
St.
it in the
Lucie as
comments.
of like maybe a month ago.
That's
That's probably when I heard that statistic.
It's October 6th
So-
right now. So if you're watching this and you're a real one, you'll fact check that shit for me because I'm going to forget. So, like, that's insane, bro. But I don't doubt it with the amount of people you see on I-95 and the amount of commuters I know that live in PSL.
Have you been through PSL recently, though?
Kind of.
The amount... Dude, then you haven't. The
amount of people?
The amount of new construction is, like...
But it doesn't... Well, I don't think I have.
It's fucking insane. I went to go work for this lady. She found me on Yelp, and I was cleaning her chandelier. Oh my god, bro! Like, yeah, we just came from New York. Nothing on the walls, no decorations yet. Like, fresh off the boat, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, it's a fucking $500,000 house that I'm standing in, and it's just some old couple.
That just moved here?
Yeah.
That's fucking insane,
That's what
bro.
I'm saying. It's like their entire
somebody
life
just
savings.
made a bag.
Do what?
I wonder if it's like people making a bag like off of these houses or like those big three corporations that
Like
own
Berkshire
all the land.
Hathaway and
What's that other one? There's one that sounds really ominous.
Well, there's one Blackstone.
Blackstone.
And
That one
then
sounds ominous as fuck. Where it's
There's
like
Vanguard.
Vanguard also sounds ominous as fuck. Like, what are we doing? Supporting villain hierarchies? You know what Vanguard sounds like? They hold fucking rituals to include you in the board of directors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It like the one in the pickleball video where it's like like fucking like,
oh my god, bro.
If you know what we're talking about, go watch like Pickleball the Elder Sport by like what's his name?
I think it's Meat Canyon.
Meat Canyon. Yeah. It's
Oh
Meat
my
Canyon.
god, guy's
Dude.
hilarious.
He's so funny. Check him out. He's on YouTube. You'll get a real good fucking laughing for real.
I wanted to talk real quick. Okay, so I need to know your personal opinion on this. So, like, do you believe that there are aliens? Do you believe in aliens? Yeah.
Yes, 100%. I think
Yeah.
there are some probably in the air right now. Not like above Florida, but in America, most likely.
Damn. You really think so?
Yes. I'm going to probably say that. I'll put that on my dead parents right now.
God damn, bro.
I firmly believe that there are flying objects and objects that can like go underwater and shit within our like continental space, because that's how far they can like travel. I feel like effectively, like, you know how a car can travel a city, one of those can travel like obviously universe, like galaxies, whatever, but like to our like fucking understanding, like they could cross continents with it if they wanted to, you know what I mean, like untracked. That's what I feel like, because of multiple interviews with like Navy pilots, multiple sightings and multiple like debriefings and multiple like congressman statements. But that's what I got to say on it, just because this
keep yapping. Go ahead.
This is the second time that someone's fucking asked me about aliens this week.
Yeah, I want to, because it got me really interested. I couldn't fall asleep it was last night, and I ended up watching. It was like I think it was called Encounters on Netflix, and it was a really well put together 3-part documentary thing. And I was telling you about this earlier, but oh my gosh, the most compelling one was a story out of Texas.
Go ahead.
At least 200 people had seen what these people had seen, right? So one guy was like an entrepreneur, business owner. He like had a trucking business, was doing fine, and he was just outside, and he looks up and sees like lights just blinking, just jumping, and then boom, they just vanish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like not even like a minute later, phew, phew, 2 F-16s are following behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, all right, same time, 20 miles away, this cop is outside his driveway. He's like off duty. His wife wanted him to grab something from the car, and he was like, okay, cool, whatever, and went to the car, looked up, saw the same thing. Boom, 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 gone.
Yeah, that's
and
insane.
So the cop said it went northeast. Like, I saw it come up at a high velocity and then shoot northeast. Right. And so when the government came out and was asked about this, they said that they had no aircraft in the sky at that time. None. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
And then they do a Freedom of Information Act request, which allows them to see the radars, because the FAA has active radars running pretty much around the whole country. And so you can see where the any aircraft were. And so what they did was they basically put a filter on it.
For anybody who doesn't know, what's the FAA?
Oh, FAA is the Federal Aviation Association, I believe.
Okay. I had to guess that earlier.
Yeah, but they run air traffic control. They run all of that.
All over the U.S.
Yeah. Federal organization. So a Freedom of Information request was granted, and
yes,
they were able to check out the radar, and this expert had come in, and he was like, listen, I cannot remember his field of study before, but he was basically a scientist that was trying to put some evidence together for UFOs.
Yeah.
And he had come in and interviewed the police officer, and he had told him, it had gone northeast. And so he pulls up the radar, and you see it come in, boom, northeast. And then, what I was saying earlier, he had put like a filter on, so that you could see which vehicles were in the sky that did not have a transponder. So like any vehicle, like whether it's military, commercial, small aircraft, it's gonna have a transponder in it.
Right.
No transponder in the thing that was moving that quick, and like it ended up going like 1,000 miles an hour. 1,000 miles an hour. Like a regular airliner goes like 500. Jet airliner maybe like 700, 800. 1,000 miles an hour. It was just like so compelling. And then the radar evidence came back with it. Like, you can't tell me. You cannot tell me there's not something out there that we. What technology do we have? What country has that technology? Russia's still fighting with sticks and stones.
See, like, what you're saying is like giving me like goosebumps almost, because it confounds with all the different shit that I was telling you about. You know what I mean? Like, I think we've talked about it before, but the interview with like Commander Fravor, have you seen that? Where he's like
David Fravor, yeah.
David Fravor. Where he's like the tic tac shimmer, it like moves this way. Like, doesn't that sound exactly like the object that you're describing that just went up and moved 1,000 miles an hour northeast? Like, you know what I mean? Just like, oh, you know what I mean? Like,
and the thing that scares the fuck out of me is like, oh my god, there was another account in the same town, and this guy had been out hunting, and he had gotten the closest view of the craft, right?
Uh-huh.
He was out in the middle of the day, and it gets like dark, and he looks up, and it's this ship. He called it a Dorito, and it like was covering the entire area that he was standing in the forest. And then he looks up with his rifle scope, and then he was going to shoot, and then he was like, well, that's a bad idea. And then fucking doesn't shoot. And then people say that he like saw more and like saw like through windows or whatever, like whatever. But God, bro, it just gives me the fucking creeps.
Because what you were talking about was just giving me the like, oh my God.
But the craziest part about it is he said when it left, it like instantly turned back to light and there was no wind. He was like, that thing was moving so fast, it should have sucked me above the tree line. It should have sucked me above the trees. That's with how fast it's going.
Isn't it also interesting?
No effect on the atmosphere.
Command, like David fucking Braver said.
Yes, bro. That's what I'm saying.
It's like that shit. And then, you know what I just thought about? Like, if you maybe it doesn't make sense why we see so many different crafts, because we think about their like advancement schedule on a human scale. You know what I mean? Where it's like make and then advance. But what if it's like the same way that humans, like human genetics is just a constant advancement through variation? What if that's what they did? You know what I mean? Or what if that's an alien method? Just because, like, if you think about how vast the universe is, like, of course not. If alien life is real and there's multiple species, why would they all make it the same way? You know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily improbable for them to do it all the same way, but like, why would they have to? You know? Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think
like the Tic Tac, the Dorito, the fucking if you think about if you heard the younger Navy pilot that Joe Rogan interviewed, that had like eye sightings, he described it as like black ball, like a black box inside a clear sphere that could move, like what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Where it's like no wind. There's like literal.
It'll go against drag, which is the craziest thing. Like,
and it'll stop like
there's
midair.
Because like if you're in an airplane, like, okay, you've been on an airplane and there's been turbulence, right?
Right.
It'll bounce or whatever.
It's completely stable.
Nothing. Just phew, 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 phew.
Right.
It climbed. I think the Tic Tac climbed like 60,000 feet in like seconds.
And then it's like, if you also combine that with the fact that I forget what it's called. It's not like it's like the opposite of naysayer. It's like fucking. It's like the fucking let me fucking report this initiative. You know what I mean? I forget what it's called. The name specifically, whether it's like fucking the Yeller Initiative or whatever, or the fucking I don't know. Either way, it's like a program for these like pilots or aviators that have seen these things to anonymously report into a database and like be able to communicate with,
and compile the data.
Right.
And
communicate too with other people who have seen similar things. Like you're allowed to like go back and like see confounding shit and be like, even leave like shit where it's like, if you've seen something like this, please contact me at like soldier number, like pilot number, whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like barracks, whatever. So it's just like, to me, the creation of that program federally, it takes money. You know what I mean? Like, it takes money. Someone made the decision and someone cared enough for pilots to be able to anonymously report what they're seeing without getting their benefits revoked.
And that's the thing that I think is dying down too, is the stigma behind it. Because I mean, dude, even 2005, if you had come up to me and said, "Yo, dude, I was on the playground and it just, there it was, a Dorito over my head," I'd have been like, I mean, if Matthew, stupid.
If you say it on the playground and you say there it was a black Dorito. I'm gonna be like, bro, there's only blue and red Doritos. Like, all right, you need to get a grip. Like,
do you have some racist tensions? Is there some problems?
Shut the fuck up. But nah, I think to what you were saying, I feel like Bob, you know the guy Bob Lazar?
Yeah.
He was like vehemently fucking outed as like an insane man who believed in fucking aliens, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I still think part of his story is bullshit, but
I don't know like which part of his story is like real or bullshit, but like
yeah, but I definitely think, I mean,
do you think the US has like a hold of any of these aircrafts? I think so.
You know what I'm going to say? Why, if they can make it across the galaxy and come to spy on us, would they get here with sophisticated technology just to crash?
But that's the thing, like, isn't error always like a possibility? An error,
I mean,
in, like,
pilot error is definitely a possibility.
Whether it's like fuel capacity or damage, or
I mean, we were talking about it earlier, like that one was getting chased by two F-16s.
Right. Like, what if we like successfully fucked it up? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's a fair point too. So I mean, yeah, it could be out there, but also like, if you have something that can hit a fucking an object going 1,000 miles an hour, bro, what do you got? What are you shooting?
I mean, have you heard of the Star Wars program?
Yeah, there's railgun, right?
Yeah, it's literally like a laser gun.
Yeah,
like, you see that shit, and it's like Star Wars. Like, oh my god!
It costs I think $1 every shot in electricity. It's fucking, but it has to be
pretty cost effective.
It has to be ship mounted.
Holy shit!
Like,
but you know what we're talking about?
Terrifying.
With fucking the U.S. like having alien like aircrafts and shit.
What do you think about the theory that the Nazis had some kind of alien technology help to be able to conquer as much ground as they did so quickly?
Nah, that was definitely just like
meth, huh?
Yeah, they had drugs. Dude. They had like new methods of cruelty. They had the shock value. Yep. They had people turning against their own people. You know what I mean?
Well, they developed Blitzkrieg, which is like
they were super fucking smart because they're German. You know what I mean? Like,
but it was definitely meth fueled.
I think
looking back,
the way they were so war successful was like
meth.
It was a perfect storm of like meth, horrible war advancements. Like in World War II, we had like a lot more access to like war technology, like bombs and shit, because that was, of course, after World War One. You know, people are gonna learn from their lessons and prepare for when it happens again, because it will happen again. You know what I mean? But what I was trying to say was like, this is getting super conspiracy theory, right? But have you ever heard of the F-20?
No.
So the government is like trying to come up with this new jet. You know what I mean? And it's like, there are like a couple different theories where it's like, that makes sense to me because it's not the best functioning jet. We have like functioning F-16s, you know what I mean, where it's like marvels of engineering that can go fast and like,
and we have stealth bombers.
Hold up. Right.
Did you see the jet that was lost in what was it, South Carolina, North Carolina,
that's the F-20. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude.
So what I'm saying is like, what if the reason, like the thing, the whole fad, right, is we're spending trillions of dollars on the development for these F-20s, right? Mm-hmm. And like nothing's coming out of it. Like that guy lost his fucking plane in South Carolina, was like, it landed in somebody's backyard and was like, yeah, we need someone.
Well, what the problem was, they were testing the stealth technology, and when you're testing the stealth technology, what happens when you fucking eject? Your own fucking trackers can't even find it.
Dude, I mean, like, why is he ejecting though?
I don't know.
That's the thing. Like,
but it was on autopilot too. So like, it just kept flying until it ran out of fuel and crashed somewhere. But where did it crash?
Somewhere.
And I have not seen an update on that. I have not seen an update. But they asked the public.
They
for
probably
like help.
tried to cover it up. You know what I mean? But that's the F-20 conspiracy theory. Like, they've been working on it for years. Like, what if they fucking have like the alien shit, you know what I mean, and they're trying to implement it, you know, and they just fucking can't. They just fucking can't, and they're using like billions and trillions in taxes to like try and develop this F-20 stealth bomber that, like, you know what I mean. I could definitely
see that.
The more realistic take that people say is that we're just trying to show other countries that we're like trying to be advanced. That we have like we can be like, we have new advanced jets going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, like,
developed.
Another way to not look as intimidating is to lose a fucking fighter jet. Like, you look incompetent.
That's true.
You know,
that's true. That's why I like know all of this about the fucking jet, is because people are being like, what the fuck are we doing? You know what I mean? The alien part was my little personal spin on it, but like,
yeah,
fucking, yeah, like,
what are we doing spending all of this money when we have like people who can barely afford groceries, barely afford rent, barely afford to get into new places?
And we don't need new jets. We have jets.
But, and like, I get that there's like a war bordering Russia. We have already given them so much money, so much support. We've trained their people. Like, I don't know what else we can do aside
Doesn't
from like,
that go back to taxes too?
Oh yeah, that's all. It's you know where that eventually goes is to the debt, right. our national debt. And I don't know. It's like at the same time, what happens? They can send $50 billion over there, but they have to resume student loans, and so like now people are getting fucked again. And like he's putting out a thing to try and remove student loans for like 125,000 people, which is like a start, but at the same time,
isn't that like a fraction of a percent?
Yeah, that's like a drop in the bucket
of America.
Yeah, we're at like 330 million last I checked.
And what if you just solve the people who like already have homes? You know, like they have homes and car payments and kids, and they can deal with it until they die. Help us.
Yeah.
Help me, motherfucker.
Man, give me another stimulus, bitch.
Give me that stimmy, man.
Give me the stimmy.
Give me, you know, they should put out stimmies for people who are 21 only. It's really important.
Oh, dude. Okay. This other topic I wanted to talk about. There recently, I don't know if you've seen the videos, but there's a school shooter, a former school shooter. I guess former. He has a TikTok account and is now like, he's got like 250,000 followers.
He just didn't kill anybody when he shot the school up? How is he free?
He injured people. He was in there. Okay, the shooting was in 2004. He shot the shotgun.
OG, bro.
Oh yeah, bro.
He did that shit before it was trending.
So, no. This was after Columbine, so it was already trending.
I'm dead as fuck.
But he went in there, shot the shotgun like twice up at the ceiling, and then a teacher tried to wrestle it away. It went off. He shot another teacher in the leg, and then eventually got arrested. 17 years, and so now he's
17 years.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, but I mean, also, you tried to like go in and kill people. So like, do I really
that
like
motherfucker should get life? He
Yeah.
tried to take life.
That's what I'm saying.
He should get his life taken, bro.
And so his argument was that he shot up in the ceiling twice before to just scare people. He was scared, and da 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 da.
I bet
and
you.
So now
like,
he's like,
after he shot that teacher in the leg, he was like, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Mr.
Like, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mr. Johnson.
I'm sorry. And then he's like, the other teacher's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's like,
my bad. I didn't mean to shoot 8 pellets of 12 gauge buckshot into your leg, but
you're just yelling at me. I don't get it.
Oh my God, bro. But
someone else comes in the door and just happens again.
Oh my God, man. It's just like, I don't understand how you can give somebody like that a platform to be like, yeah, I did that back in the day, but I'm a changed man. You know, we just need to give more resources to mental health. And
I bet all the people following him either are like mental health fucking freaks or they...
My problem is the precedent it sets, because it's like, oh yeah, you can commit a school shooting, get out.
No, some people are like
a decent amount of time.
Not into freaks, but like into psychotic cases like that. You know what I mean? Like the not like documentaries, but the literal shows based on like what the not Marilyn Manson, fucking what's his face, Ted Bundy.
Yeah. Yep.
And fucking who was the guy who like had a bunch of women in America? He was like one of America's craziest killers. And he just like went around America picking up young women and like they became part of his like quote unquote family.
Manson?
Yeah, something Manson. Like
Charles
Manson.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, bro. There was also like another guy.
Just are into that shit. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it would make sense if like the followers for that guy's TikTok are like, ooh, I get my own little psycho to study. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, man. It's just like to me, it sets a bad precedent, because it's like I can go and do this and I can be successful and like almost like I can be like internet famous from having been in and like caused a school shooting and like been done a school shooting, right? Like I just don't like.
I feel like that's almost where we're just at now as a society, because like think about back in the day with SoundCloud rappers, like they just went to prison to get their clout up. You know what I mean? Like people literally rap about that. We're like, I should go to jail to get my clout up. Like, let me go slice someone's neck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man, that was my favorite lyric.
Yeah, I love Lil Xan.
But it's getting pretty late. I should probably head home. But yeah, man.
All right, yo, stream Lil Xan on SoundCloud.
Stream Lil Xan. Check him out. He's a great guy, wonderful character.
Check that shit for real.